Hi, my name's Andrew Flessner, and for those of you who weren't able to make our initial weight loss meeting, what I'm going to give you today is a summary of everything involved in that meeting. So I'm taking about an hour's worth of information and condensing it down into 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm just going to hit all the highlights, the important parts, what you need to know. And of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call and schedule a free consult, and we can discuss a little bit more in-depthly if the program will be right for you and what some of your concerns are. So the first thing I want to get to is, we've done this program for over a year now, and when we first created it, we thought it was a really good thing. We were really happy with it. We took a lot of different elements to make this program, and we knew that we were going to get pretty good results, but actually the results we got were much better than anything we could have expected. And to give you an idea, the highest weight loss we saw, and this program goes for about 3 months. So you start, and by the time you're done with the program, 3 months or so have gone by. So in that 3-month period, in the past, we've had people lose up to 50 pounds over a 3 to 3.5 month period. Our average weight loss for our previous groups has been around 30 to 35 pounds, and the lowest weight loss for those who have gone through the whole program has been around 20 pounds. This year is the first year that we are separating the weight loss program into the detox and the weight loss program. Now, what does that mean? Well, the weight loss program always has the detox program in it, but for those who maybe aren't so concerned with just losing some weight, maybe they just want to feel healthier, get more energy, all that stuff, they can do the detox program. Okay, so there is a little bit of difference in the pricing there, and we will get to that in just a little bit. But to give you an idea of what we're looking at in this program and what we're addressing, what I want to talk about is some of the main reasons why people struggle with weight loss or why they lose weight and gain weight. You may have been a person who has done, Jenny Craig or something in the past, and they lost some weight and gained it all back, or you just struggled with weight loss and you don't really know why. So one of the main reasons for that is an unknown hormonal imbalance. Okay, this is something we really focus a lot on in the program, and this is especially true for females, but also comes into play for males as well. If you have an unknown hormonal imbalance, and this doesn't have to be something really significant, with a lot of outward symptoms, it's going to be very tough to lose weight with that. It's kind of like pushing a boulder up the hill. It's just not going to happen. The second reason people struggle with weight loss is going to be they're not in the right place mentally. So there's a lot of mentality and psychology that goes into having a successful weight loss program, and also helping yourself be successful when you get outside of that program. The next reason why people struggle with weight loss is going to be environmental stressors. These are going to be toxins, different things you bring into your body, typically more synthetic substances. So we're talking about alcohol, household cleaners, but a big one of these is going to be things that are added to a lot of processed foods. And anymore now they're adding things to things that you don't necessarily think of processed. So you've got pesticides on fruits and vegetables. These various things come into the body and they start to gunk up the liver. And one thing we'll talk about in just a little bit is how that affects the liver and how the detox clears that up. Okay? So another big part of the reason why people struggle with weight loss is they get too caught up in counting calories, trying to do the low-fat diet. A lot of doctors still push this idea of sticking to low fat, and I'm here to tell you that doesn't really work out anymore. Another reason is people who exercise, a lot of times they're not exercising right, or sometimes you're just not exercising at all. So in the program we really focus on exercising smarter, not harder. Okay? Another reason why people really struggle with weight loss is because their body is just not in the right place. So when we talk about the hormones and your metabolism, your appetite, your cravings, all that, you sort of have to set yourself up for success, because a lot of people just go into a program and maybe the focus of the program is, calories or certain types of meals, but if you don't put your body in the right place in the beginning to lose the weight, success is going to be hard to achieve. So another thing we really hit on in the program is affecting your metabolism and dealing with those cravings, your appetite, all that. Because a lot of people really think that, their appetite or their craving is all their fault. Oh, if I had more willpower. How many times have you told yourself, maybe if I had more willpower, I could avoid this or that, and then that would help me? And I'm here to tell you, it's not all your fault, okay? So it's important to, have a little bit of willpower or have the right mentality, but a lot of our cravings and appetite are really based on what we're already eating. So those are a few of the things that we really focus on in the program. So how do we do that? Well, the first thing I tell everybody is to figure out where you started at. Think about your history as far as your weight loss is concerned. Have you struggled to lose weight in the past? Is this your first time just trying to lose weight? Maybe you've gone up and down, kind of yo-yoed. Everybody's usually in one of those groups. Also think about, what is your quality of life or your weight costing you in the rest of your life? Or maybe you avoiding certain situations because you lack self-confidence because you're overweight, or your quality of life, or maybe you're starting to be a lot more concerned about your health. Any number of reasons. Really what this is all about is getting leverage on ourselves, and that leverage is what we use to really help us be successful. Because while this program is very easy to follow and it is very personalized, you have to do a little work on your part. I can't do everything for you. I'm just here to be your guide. Okay? So now let's talk about some of the individual parts of the program itself. And again, I'm taking about an hour's worth of information and condensing it into a short time here. So I definitely suggest, if you are really interested in the program, to set up a quick 15-minute free consult with me, come in and we can talk a little bit more in depth. But anyways, the first part of the program, and I'm going to talk about the weight loss program, and then I'm going to talk about the detox. Okay? So the first part of both programs is the in-depth expert analysis. So this is when we really determine what your weight loss blockers are, and we look at really sort of three different angles: physical, emotional, and psychological, as well as hormonal. That's definitely a really big part. So the main one's physical, psychological, and hormonal. Okay, and from that we determine, why you have had the experience with your weight that you have had up to this point, because it's not going to be the same for everybody. A lot of programs out there really try to sort of pigeonhole you or cookie cutter you into, the same program as the person next to you and so on. In our program, we really focus on, your individual needs, because your life is probably a lot different than the guys next to you and so forth. Okay, so that in-depth expert analysis shows us and gives us all that information. So from there, we do the detox program. So again, same thing between the two programs, the examination, and now we're starting on the detox. I'm not going to go in depth on all the detox stuff, but basically it's about 3 weeks. It is a whole food detox, not the grocery store, but this is a detox made from actual food. So it's not like you're drinking lemon and cinnamon and choking down honey for a week straight. You're eating real food. Most people, after they start this, their cravings definitely go down a lot, but they feel more full than usual. A lot of people worry like, oh, am I going to feel like I'm starving all the time? Well, no, usually it has the opposite effect. Okay, and what this really does is to clean up that liver. Remember when I talked about the toxins coming in and gunking up our system? Well, your liver acts as kind of the filter for your whole body. So think of it as a sink with a filter on the bottom. Okay, you bring in fat and cholesterol and toxins and all that. They go into the sink and they go through that filter. So over time, synthetic materials, different stuff in processed food, whatever, they start to gunk up that filter. Okay, and we got to change the filter. But if you don't change the filter by doing something like a detox, the same thing happens that happens in a sink. So stuff is coming in, it doesn't have anywhere to go, like fat and cholesterol, so the body moves it somewhere else and stores it, thinking, oh, I'm going to come back to this later and take care of it. Okay, so that's why we have to detox that liver. Okay, so we've got the examination, we've got the detox. So now what we move on to is really the appetite and the craving and metabolism modification. For those of you who were just doing the detox, this is kind of where your part of the program ends. You'll see me for your exam, then you'll see me in the midpoint of your detox, and then you'll see me at the end. This is to make sure everything's going well. You'll get some treatments, and we're going to talk about the treatments in just a little bit because that is similar between the both programs as well. Okay, but back to the weight loss. So now we're really hitting on that appetite and metabolism modification. So we do this through weekly dietary analysis. So we get all your percentages, your muscle percentage, your fat percentage, because we want to see good weight loss. Yeah, 50 pounds in 3.5 months is awesome, but if you're losing a lot of muscle with it too, that's not really a good thing. Okay, so we got to make sure it's just fat loss, or mostly fat loss, and not muscle loss as well. Okay, so weekly we check your percentages. We also do the treatments weekly. So what are the treatments? Well, they're a combination of acupuncture, among other things. We really use the acupuncture to help with the appetite and the cravings issue, because that can really decrease that. We also do a lot of supplementation as well. After you're done with the detox, we do supplements to help manage the hormones. If there's a hormone imbalance, we also use the supplements to help boost up the metabolism, and we also use the supplements to help control cravings and appetite. Okay, so we've got the expert analysis, the detox, now the treatments. If you're in the weight loss program, it is basically 7 to 8 treatments over that 3-month period. Alright, so the next part of the program are group seminars. These are like group meetings. We have 4 of them over that 3-month period. And it's not like you're going to come in and weigh in front of each other and, anything like that. They're really more for education, because another big part of this program is motivation and education. My goal would be for you guys to know almost as much as I do about weight loss. I can't teach you all my tricks, but just about everything. That way, once you're done with the program, you can continue forward. Because really, this is not just a program where at 3 months you go back to doing what you were doing before. Because what you were doing before got you to where you are now. So we want to make a lasting change in our life. It's kind of like when you make a New Year's resolution. Think about how many out there maybe made a 2012 resolution about health or quality of life or weight, and did it work out? Did it not work out? Well, our goal in 2013, if your goal is to lose weight or improve your quality of life, we want to make sure that that stays true through the rest of your years, basically. Okay, so the group meetings create accountability, and they're for educating purposes. The next part of the program, so we've got the exam, we've got the detox, we've got the treatments, the dietary analysis, we've got the group meetings, and then we've got the exercise program. So again, the exercise program, you're not going to be coming in here working out with me, but what we're going to be doing, I'm going to be showing you how to best utilize the time you are spending working out. So basically, what does that mean? Well, it means you're not wasting your time. Okay, so you're not working out and putting all this effort into and not really getting anything out of it. We want to make sure we're burning fat and we're burning the calories we need to burn, and that will differ from person to person. Okay, so we're going to talk about what's the best use of your time if you're going to exercise. That's pretty much the main parts of the program, the main focus of the program. There's a couple other things in there, but again, I'm kind of hitting on the main points. Alright, so you're probably thinking, well, what does this cost me? For some people, we can do insurance on a case-by-case basis, so what you'll have to do is come in, we'll have to check your insurance, and then we can let you know from there. Okay, the only thing that's not ever covered with insurance is supplements. So everybody pays the same for the detox. Alright? Now, if you're looking to pay cash, maybe your insurance doesn't cover it, whatever your situation is, we do $7.99 for the first person, and then close family, that's spouse, mother, father, son, brother, stuff like that, your nuclear family, we do $6.99 for the next person. So what we also do, if you watch this video and you let us know that you figured out by this video about this program, or you wanted to come in, we'll give you a $50 gift certificate towards future services and supplements. So what does that mean? Well, you go through the program and you need some extra supplements, then you don't have to pay for that. So that's a really good thing. Okay, so that is pretty much the price right there for just the detox program. And to give you an idea, if we were to charge you what we normally charge for all those things that I just said, it would be about $1,700. So because we care so much about our community's health, and a lot of people don't necessarily invest in their own life or their own health. You want to think about this as an investment for the future, not just something you're doing right now. Because you invest in your house, your car, you invest in various things. A lot of people don't really invest in your health. And because we are so invested in our community's health, which is why we give the discount that we do and basically cut the price in half. Okay? Now, for the detox only, all that stuff would normally cost around $800. We give that to you for $399. Okay? So again, that's $399, not the full price of $800. All right? If you have any more questions about the cost or anything else, again, I highly suggest giving us a call, 630-455-5885. You can find the phone number on the website as well that you came to watch this video. But again, we can go a lot more in depth in a free consult. Okay, so the last thing I want to leave you with is, if you're really thinking about doing a program like this, think about who you're doing it for and why you're doing it for. You want to really find a higher purpose. You're doing this for your family, your spouse, maybe your dog, your career, whatever it is. Really focus on that, because again, it's all about creating leverage for ourselves and really making a change and investing in our own health. So thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Again, my name is Dr. Andrew Flessner. If you are interested, please give us a call. There is kind of a timeline here. So this group that we have going now, since we do this in groups, we're looking to start it within the next week or two. So you really need to kind of come in and sit down and talk with us if that's what you want to do, and then get your initial exam scheduled within no later than the next 2 weeks. Okay, so you got about a 2-week time frame here. All right, so thanks again and have a good evening.